Kenneth Branagh's follow-up to Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, dropped in all theaters a couple of days ago, and I have been able to see it, and I just got out from seeing this film, so this is my take on the film. Hi, my name's Nathan, and I talk about a bunch of movies, TV, film in general on this channel. Down below in the comment section, if you're new here, share what you thought of the movie Death on the Nile. If you haven't, then share your thoughts on Murder on the Orient Express and share your expectations for this movie. Also, if you enjoyed this video, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe. I have more content like this over on my channel. You can check those out when this video is over. Be sure to subscribe. It does help a lot. And with that said, let's get into the review, starting off with the good. And let me just come straight out. This was a film that actually surprised me a bit, and I actually would say that it improves upon its predecessor, Murder on the Orient Express. A big part of that is because it just has nice little moments, and it's just a nice little whodunit between each one of our characters, and it's just interesting to see these actors interact with one another. Also, Kenneth Branagh is obviously a master director. He knows what he's doing with whatever genre of film that he's making, in this case, murder mystery. And he found a way to tell a more compelling story than Murder on the Orient Express did. What Murder on the Orient Express didn't do that I thought wasn't very well received was that it basically just tried to trick you into thinking, it's just setting wide expectations, but at the end you weren't really surprised by the outcome, as everybody killed the person that was killed, but then the person that was killed ended up being the real villain of the story. But then in this one, it does that better. However, I do have some criticisms of this film, but it does it in a better way. So basically, if you like Kenneth Branagh, if you like these actors, and if you like murder mysteries, you will love this movie. And I pretty much like all of these types of things. But to me, yes, it is better than Murder on the Orient Express. Also, it's fun to see actors like Russell Brand. He's doing like a dead serious performance in this movie. He's known for like his wackiness in everything that is shown when he does it. And this performance, he's dead serious. That was a bit fun to see Russell Brand doing something different. We also got Gal Gadot, who is a very complicated character in this movie, as everybody loves her and some people hate her also, basically at the same time. And she's a very complicated character, although she is known for being the woman in with the lasso, just basically just like lifting people up and stuff like that. That's what Gal Gadot is known for, and in this film, she's a more complicated character. So, kind of an interesting way to interpret her. And so, yeah, this was a movie that I enjoyed. Not being a fan of the murder mystery trope, I thought Kenneth Branagh did a good job about what he was given. The actors had a lot to play with. And so this was a film that, not being a big fan of the murder mystery genre, I enjoyed this film. From there, let's move on to the bad. And the big thing here is that Kenneth Branagh did a good job with the film. It just seems pretty familiar. This is an example of good storytelling with a familiar plot. The basic plot is somebody gets murdered and it's a little whodunit. And we've seen that kind of stuff many times before. He did it with Murder on the Orient Express, and this one improves upon that one. But it still seems pretty familiar with what he is given in this context. And likewise, the twist at the end about who is really the killer, I went into this one not really knowing much about it, not really knowing the ending or anything, but I was pretty well able to predict what the ending would be, considering all the setup that they had near the beginning of this film. And that kind of frustrates me, that they literally telegraph the big twist reveal at the end of this movie. I mean, at the end of this movie, like, you're pretty well able to guess who is the real killer, what's really going to play out in the final moments of the film. But I thought this movie had a more interesting case, more interesting characters than Murder on the Orient Express did. So I would go positive on it. Just like not this positive, but like this positive. And so overall, now for my final score on this one, I will give this one a 7.7 out of 10. I enjoy this movie. I have seen some murder mystery movies. This one just seems a bit familiar, but Kenneth Branagh did a really good job of what he was given for this movie. There you have it. That is my take on Death in the Nile, the 2022 adaptation. Like I said, if you're new here, down below in the comment section, share what you thought of Death in the Nile. If you haven't watched it, Murder on the Orient Express, share what you thought of that movie down below. Let me know your expectations for this movie. Also, be sure to click that like button and subscribe. I got more movie reviews that I've done of 2022 on my channel. You can check those videos out when this video is over. Be sure to subscribe. It helps a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking to the end, and I will see you in the next one.